Yo, what's up, guys? Damnation-n-Hellfire here, and I'm here with my group of lovely, always cheerful pirates. We'll start with Vlad. What's going on, buddy?
Hey everybody, it's 8 o'clock in the motor capital of the world. Oh wait, flashback, sorry.
Yeah, right? I hear you.
How's everybody doing tonight?
Well, since I just figured we were talking about happy, cheerful pirates, I figured I'd go straight to the main guy who's the happy.
Oh, I am so happy and cheerful about this game right now that I am. If I were any more cheerful, there'd have to be two of me just to handle the bliss.
Well, that's a whole lot of happiness and cheerful, because there's pretty good chunk of just one of you to be able to handle that cheered bliss. We got Ross Crow. What's up, Ross?
Oh, good evening, everyone. Chugging along as always.
And then we got Vikes.
Yes, I'm back for moving.
So there we go. We got the crew. I don't know if George will be showing up later or not. You never know with that guy.
Yeah, he'll pop in.
Yeah, he's a fun face. Oops, I said that out. Cool. So I guess we want to talk about some battle pirates on.
Probably a good plan.
Has anybody had seizures from all these different world chats and all the colors and everything yet?
Oh God. I think it's lagging the game a little bit.
Well, I don't. It is something, but it's a ticker tape.
Yeah.
So here, let me get some screen sharing started. We're just going straight from the forums again because there was like really no new blueprints to really go over in detail. So
right.
Let's hide that. Hit that. Present to everyone. There we go. All right, so let's see. New features. Hey, look, first thing they talk about, new chat.
Yeah, new chat.
So they added world chat.
Dude, why are you strobing?
I don't know. I'm trying to send people into epileptic seizures, I think.
I don't have epilepsy. I'm starting to twitch.
Let me turn that off and re-screen share and see if it still does it.
Magic.
There.
All right, there we go. All right, so they added the world chat where you can talk to people all throughout Battle Pirates Land. That's amazing and awesome. Honestly, I have to say there hasn't been quite as much trolling going on in it as what I thought there would be from what I've seen.
Well, I think a lot of it is no one's really wants to talk in it. It's just
Then you weren't on when I was.
Now, did you see a lot of trolling in it?
Well, I was doing it.
Ross is trolling.
I'm a troller every now and then. I'm not gonna lie. I get to the jokes and yeah, it's fun.
Well, let me ask you this: did you see much trolling other than yourself?
In all honesty, not a whole lot. It's even, to my opinion, I am not when this first came out, the first that test release or whatever, it was just, I couldn't believe it was something even they were thinking about. And then when I heard that it was coming back out, I couldn't believe this. And in all honesty, I feel the same as you. Not nearly the trolling that I've seen go on, or I haven't seen it go on, was what I expected. I mean, I expected, just the letters and the whole spam and the usual BP audience. Let's have,
Yeah, I expected to see Ewok, occasionally a Roger Bell, maybe a Cindy J. But that's kind of the way I expected that chat to be. But honestly, I'm pleasantly surprised. Honestly, it's like it's been just like it's been like a normal sector chat, only a wider audience, and I've been very pleasantly surprised.
And truly, for when you're trying to test things out, it's been awesome. Really, I've been working on these curators, and I try to throw something on and change something up, and I just throw it out on the water, and I can just go into that world chat and just say, hey, is there anybody out there that can hit this? And there actually always is now. And, you know, before in a sector, I had to make sure when somebody was on in my area that it could hit my fleet to test anything. So it is helping in that aspect. And then,
I'm not so sure about some of the color choices that they made. Some of them for my old eyes are kind of hard to make out and hard to read against the background sometimes. I wish, like, one thing I'd like to see them do that, or have, is in several games that other games that I play, is just be able to, like, in your options for setting up your chat, just be able to pick your own color on the color wheel. You know, that you can just go on, pick out what stands out best for you on that color wheel, and use that as your font color. That would be, I think, great if they could add something like that in.
Yeah, because when you ask when you ask the general public, when I ask them in my sector, how do you feel about you know, the colors or my alliance, and they say it's really strange to me that they'll be like, oh my God, the colors need to change, and I'm not gonna lie, everyone's got the color that bothers them, or you know what I mean?
Right.
It's not the green is bothering everyone or the blue. It's really not when I ask. So
yeah, I mean, I think that all just has to do with, you know, different people's eyesights and how their brain processes colors against backgrounds and all that kind of stuff as to why what one bothers you most. One cool thing they did add in was the way that you can whisper people with their user ID now. I think that's pretty neat.
yes, in pink, or you know, it's like a magenta or whatever.
Right. I mean, so no longer do you have to, you know, do the whole mail system in-game thing. You can actually just chat with them directly as opposed to having to keep that thing open and have a conversation with them.
Well, and for me, is wonderful because over a year, I have to double click on somebody's name to get a message to the right person. If I single click, it doesn't go. So
yeah, I've had that problem as well.
And so this works for me. I mean, I really put it to the test. It's nice.
Well, the thing of having to do it through the in-game mail system too was like you always had to have that box open, so you couldn't really be doing anything else if you were having a conversation. Now that's eliminated that, so that's amazing.
Yeah, I like it. It's going to take some getting used to. A lot of people are confused about where they are talking, and I think that's just going to take a little bit of time. I mean, I see a lot of people that think they're talking in Alliance chat, not talking in Alliance chat, and that's kind of comical at times.
Well, I mean, let's be honest though, we've had that happen for years in the game. People would type something in sector chat that they thought they were in their Alliance chat. I've seen that.
Oh yeah,
quite a while now.
Yeah, that happens a lot.
And so that's back, and that's fun because it's been happening all day long. Where when I watch it, I like it.
Yeah, you just gotta make sure you're in the right tab, or else use the the different commands there, like /G for global, /S for sector, /A for alliance.
Yes. If you could stay in all and use those black backslashes and then go to those if you prefer.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. I think it's like I said, my only problem is like I just wish some of the color choices were different. Other than that, I'm happy with it.
Well, it kind of livens up those dead sectors, and then let's be honest, there's plenty of them.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So it kind of brings those people back that, I still meet people in the game that don't ever move, and so it brings those people back into the game, I guess, because, man, there seems to be worlds empty, at times.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's the only downside of it. Not even downside, but just shows you like how participation in the game is going down. That you have to combine all 500 sectors now to get the same amount of chat that you used to get out of one sector.
If they were really worried about dead sectors, they could just get rid of a couple worlds, and that would take care of the problem. I got to tell you, Mr. Grumpy Vlad, looks at this and goes, yeah, that was something that wasn't really broke that they spent a lot of time to fix.
Well, I don't know how much time they really had to spend to set that up, though.
I think that new features are cool when they work. I don't see this not working. So, I mean, whether I'm for it 100% or I think it's nice to, you know, I mean, it's a step forward. Because you don't have to, let's be honest, you could click to your sector, your alliance and never go to that world. And so yours won't get confusing other than the color change.
Yeah, I think it's neat too the way you can use your tab key to switch between the different chat windows. You know, because that's kind of like a Windows thing anyway, to use the tab key to switch between different things. So that's kind of already something that most of us have built into us. You know, switch window, you hit tab key. So I think that was neat the way that they incorporated that. And of course, now the mouse wheel scrolling will finally work in the chat window when you're on full screen now. How awesome is that? I know that used to bug the hell out of me. Because I'm one of those guys, I do use my mouse scroll button a lot to scroll up and down through chat and see what's going on.
And you play in full screen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it finally works there. So I'm a happy camper about that.
I don't even have a mouse. How am I supposed to have a mouse wheel?
Well, that's what you get for using a laptop.
Hey, I got a mouse for your laptop over here.
I don't need your mouse.
At least you didn't say
you keep your mouse to yourself, mister.
You keep your mouse in your pocket, man.
I have a worn out spot on my little laptop trackpad thing from playing this game.
Oh, God.
We got some TLCs going on this week. Ross, here, you can talk about the first one.
All right. Well, the Scorpion Sting Elite Campaign. And that one's going to begin August 7th. And it runs at noon, and it's going to end on the 14th. You take your mana cores for the spin to obtain their skill components along with tokens and Nightmare Mana Core skin. 3 mastery runs are available. So the first prize pack, you get the Stinger missile, the VXP 9500 token ×1. The second prize pack, you get Strike System 5, the same token ×2, and also a 1-day build Manticore token. On prize pack 3, you're going to pick up the Scorpion CIC, the same 9500 VXP ranking token ×3, and 1-day Manticore build token ×2. Now on the mastery run, you're going to pick up the Manticore Nightmare skin, and that's pretty cool looking in my opinion. I've seen it, a couple people have it already. And you get the 9500 VXP Manticore token ×3, and along with Manticore build tokens ×3. So it's quite a few tokens. You do want to make sure you watch yourself. You can only hold 10 at a time. So you do have to pay attention to that.
Yeah, I mean, you know, quite honestly, with the campaign we had for Manticore tokens last week, plus this campaign, you could probably get damn near a fleet of Manticores done and just the tokens we got in the past week and a half.
Yeah, the problem with that theory is you need to have Manticores to finish it.
No, you don't. The first time this campaign came out, I did it with Phoenixes.
Well, that would require a Phoenix fleet that worked.
Right. No, I think I was in the same shit. Last time I couldn't do it myself just because I had the Skyfires. But I'm not sure. I haven't, to be honest, I'm still full on tokens right now at this point from the other.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, so I haven't done this one either because I got all the tokens already.
Yeah, I'm here and there working on also building missile fleet version of Manticore just because I'm getting all these freaking tokens now, so I'm like, well, might as well.
I thought about it, but my shipyards are busy the way it is.
But yeah, but look, you know, when I'm tokening them out, and they're all instant, so they don't really take any shipyard time. Just how
Right.
takes me to press use token, use token, use token. So,
And grumpy old Vlad would say, would not only is that not a bad idea, but it's probably mandatory because we're going to get punished for not having both those fleets. But Vlad's extra grumpy today, so just ignore him.
Well, I mean, punished might be a choice of words though, but I mean it's still doable. I've been one of these players that, and I consider myself honestly a top level player. Right, I think I am. But so anyway, but I don't do the 2 fleet thing. I just don't. I don't care. I don't care what it to penalize. If I just don't. I do the Buccaneers. And I've gotten by. I've gotten all the equipment so far. Luckily, just with the 1 fleet, and I don't intend to do both either.
No, me either.
yeah,
No,
I did think about building a 2nd fleet, but then I no way.
if it was going to take me actual shipyard time to do it, I wouldn't be doing it either. But if I could do it for free, why not? You know.
Right. No, and I agree. If I could do it for free, or not for free, but or in time from doing campaigns to get tokens to that type of situation where I don't have to coin things, they're not straight out. You know, I'm all down with that. And to be honest, I don't mind these targets lately. For the TLCs, the targets have been okay.
Yeah, they've been okay.
Well, I mean, I'm still in the Reaver targets. I still hate the fact that they put out the key balls and do exclusive damage. That's all.
No, I agree with the damage types might be totally off, but the design, the time frame it takes to do these, heck yeah. Especially this one we're going to talk about, or I guess the last one, the co-op, the last co-op.
Yeah,
right.
Well, I'm going to say for this week, we got the Path to the Chameleon campaign. And of course, that's where you can get your chameleons, your little tokens for the XP tokens. I don't know. I'll be totally honest. I scrapped my chameleons that I had.
I was to say, I just scrapped mine too, and then they put this campaign out.
Now,
for a low to mid level player though, who might want to maybe get into doing specialized expedition, something I don't know that they might come in and do those.
yeah, I get asked this about this campaign, and in the past, I've always told people, in my opinion, and I could be totally wrong, but I think that building the chameleon in your shipyard is kind of a waste of time on your shipyard. I understand that these tokens are nice, but I don't see I don't see those working out long term in the game. In all honesty, I don't see the participation. I don't hear about it, at least. If people are doing them, they don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And I found too that a lot of the people who do the expeditions or whatever don't really go the generalist route for it. They just do like a regular siege expedition or assault expedition where they can use their Buccaneer fleet or their Hydra fleet or their whatever, as opposed to trying to do the generalist cards that give us the ones that give you the huge payouts. That's actually really difficult to build for that campaign because there's so many different damage types coming in at you that it's hard to cover everything. So I want to talk a little bit more about expeditions later too, because we're going to talk a little bit about one thread that was on forums about how to make the game fun again, cut down on daily tasks and all that stuff. So I definitely want to talk some more about expeditions back at that.
Okay.
But it's nice that you can co-op and help your friends. The bad thing is, though, unlike the last co-op campaign, in this co-op campaign, you don't get anything for helping whoever you help. And I know our new CM was saying that The satisfaction of knowing you helped a friend was the greatest prize of all. Well, fucking no, it's not. I'm a goddamn pirate, motherfucker. I want booty.
Okay, how about I don't see anywhere listed on what types of hulls were to enter on these prize packs. I mean,
wasn't this the one that was the co-op? That was the co-op. One of you took in a siege fleet, one of you took in a skirmish fleet.
okay, I did help someone once in my sector with this, so but I brought in Proto Tideseeker, and I don't even know what level it was. I just asked them. So apparently it is that type, and I just didn't see it listed what you use anywhere. And I also just didn't see that in game also.
Yeah,
So,
we can ask Cuddle and No Phobos in chat because they keep up with that stuff.
right.
Help us out now. What's going on here.
Well, I got to point out, mandatory co-op sucks. At least the one we had last week, while it was suggested co-op, you could actually do it if you went in and took subs in and took out the hulls and then went in back in with something else to clean it up. I hate the fact that they want me to go out and find somebody who happens to be available and is willing to take the damage with no reward.
But here's the bright side. You now have this wonderful world chat to find people to help you do this.
Now, the bright side is there ain't a fucking thing in this TLC that I need or want.
Well, yeah, that's the biggest bright side, I'm sure. But I'm just saying, the world chat thing got the bright side too for stuff like this. But yeah, I'm right there with you. I don't like mandatory co-ops. Optional co-ops. I'm thrilled to death with those. I'm not a big fan of mandatory co-ops either. I'm that guy who I don't want to have to rely on somebody else to get my shit. I like getting my own shit. Oh, then we got the Forsaken Mission. And there was a bunch of limited prizes in there this week. You get Vulture Missile 2 build tokens. You get up to, what is that, 28 days worth of those? 28 days worth of Blunderbuss 2 build tokens. The High Guard Warden, there's blueprints in the FM this week. The Vulture 2 blueprint and the Blunderbuss 2 blueprint. You can claim up to 4 each of those. And that's all limited stuff that would just be in this week. And then adding to the long-term prizes that are in there, they add the MC Plate 3, which if you had the MC Plate 2, it's pretty similar to that. The only difference is it has like 800,000 more ballistic deflection and like 100,000 more penetrative deflection. So your turrets that aren't doing shit now to attacking fleets are going to do even, well, actually they're going to do about the same because they were only doing damage before. You can't go below that, so.
Yeah, I saw this list of prizes and I went in and looked at the points associated with either of them, and I realized that they kind of lied to us. They said that they were delaying the raid until the 16th. Raid started with the FM. I can remember there being raids where there wasn't 50 million points needed to claim everything. Recent raids. And the first raid of 2017 was, I think, 40 million. This is 50.
Yeah, I don't know, but a lot of this stuff I already have, so I can't speak to how many.
Well, as somebody who doesn't play Bounty, but uses the FM and the raid to try to claim the stuff, even though I probably will never build it, I use it to try to claim the stuff just in case some wild hair bites me and I decide, okay, today's the day I need to return to PvP. Because of course you never know when it's going to. They've brought it back for this week. You never know when the next time it's going to be offered. They sort of promised us that the bounty stuff would eventually show up, but they never promised us it would show up more than once.
Right.
So you're kind of stuck if you're not going to play bounty when they do this with.
Isn't this? Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is like the second or third time I've seen the high guard warden offered outside of bounty, because I could have sworn it was in one or two raids.
Oh, I have no idea.
But for those people that do not have it still, I know it's a lot of points, but get out there and get this haul.
I'll be honest, I would probably, if you don't have it now, I'd probably pass on it and just wait for the curator to come back out, because I prefer the curator as opposed to the high guard warden, just because I have more limited slots.
I like the high guard.
Don't get me wrong, I love the way it looks. I think like the graphic of the hull is probably one of the best graphics with the big skull looking shit. You know, I think that's great. But just for layout and utilitarian purposes, I think the curator is better. But hey, to each their own. You know, it'd be a very boring game if we all played exactly the same way with all the exact same shit.
Now, MC played a 3. I did want to touch on that. The build time is 1 day, 17 hours per play.
Oh my God.
So be prepared.
So how much was the 2? Hang on.
Weren't they all like 17 hours or something?
I'll load the game real quick.
No, yeah, the 2 was high also, but it wasn't 1 day, 7 hours. I mean, that's really high.
Yeah, 2 days for an armor is just crazy.
Well, no. But if you remember back in the day, that's what armors always used to be. And
I know. Didn't like it then either.
And I guess I could be off on what I'm telling the community here on the exact time, because I might be including taking off something that I had on, but it just seemed to be a drastic build, because I don't have a game open right here. I'm trying to.
So I went from 4 days, 20 hours on a thing I was doing. I added one piece of armor on it. It went up to 6 days, 10 hours. So that's what 1 day, 14 hours with an officer. So yeah, it's probably like 1 day, 17 without an officer.
Yeah.
Now we see the difference for the two.
So it's pretty big.
Yeah, the 2 is like 10 hours less. So the 2 is like 1 day.
Okay.
I'm watching all these tabs. I got it. All right.
It's also a tad heavier. You know, so those players out there that you might have to adjust your build if you built your ship's really close and you're switching over. I've noticed that on a couple of mine.
Well, didn't we just get a dock boost?
Not if you had a max level dock. You didn't.
Right.
The 2 that didn't get boosted were the level 1 dock and the level 14 dock were the 2 that didn't get boosted.
Nice.
But everything in between there got boosted. Like
big time.
Yeah, like several of them were like 3. You can hold like 3 times the weight that you used, which is freaking amazing. Well, like at 4, you went from at level 4 it was like 6 times the weight, because you went from like a little shy of 2K to over 12K.
Yeah, it was very nice upgrades on them. Do like that for them though.
Well, here, my reason behind it is they had these return players. I have a couple in Crow that they were given fleets while they were away when they decided not to play any longer, and when they come back and want to come back, they do have these gift courtesy fleets, and they're too heavy to launch. They can't even launch the free fleets. They're taken down to 2 ships and to launch them, and then it wasn't even enough. The 2 ships wasn't enough to complete the game to move them forward to bring them back in the game. So
I have an alt that I play with every now and then. And way back, he got gifted the when they did the Mastodons with the Aegis fleet, and like I could literally only run like one Aegis and one Mastodon.
exactly.
That's all my dog would hold. So.
Right. So all those this really helps those players. That there are a few, believe it or not, out there.
Yeah, I mean the low to mid level players, that was a huge boost for them. And the other big one, the free for all gate increase from player level 50 to player level 80. I know there's been a lot of talk too of like how is that going to affect your opponent bases and bounty? Does that mean that high level players can only hit like level 80 and up your opponent bases?
Oh,
that may happen.
I tell you what, if that ends up being that way, that's going to kill a lot of people playing bounty, I think.
I know.
I know there's lots of high level players that just go out and like, find
they can only hit the 70s or something.
They find the 60s and 70s and they just auto them with their fleet, and that's how they end up getting it.
Well, and I'm one of those players, and it's not really because of the lack of ability to hit higher, but it's the low points and the numbers that you have to hit them on auto and hopefully on auto just to get through. So yeah, I hope that'll take away quite a bit of the bounty.
Yeah. So if you're listening, Kicks, and I'm sure you are, you have to make sure that during bounty that hit modifier doesn't affect your opponent base. And then they had some bug fixes. The UI for limited prizes not being displayed in the FM prize pool. Land tiles temporarily disappearing after base relocation. Portal and base changes following hardware acceleration. Walls not appearing destroyed. I know that was a huge one that was freaking everybody.
Oh, yeah. No kidding. I hated that.
And they also did additional minor bug fixes. But, okay, let me ask you guys this, and I think somebody mentioned it earlier, but have you seen a little bit of an increase in lag since they put the new chat and stuff in?
An increase?
Yeah.
Yes.
A little bit.
I know the first day it was really bad for me, but then like it seems to have kind of gotten back to normal for me at this point. The first day it was hella bad.
What I notice more is the number of people in comms saying it's bad, more so than me. I mean, I honestly I think I must be a lucky one. Most of the time, I suffer very little lag. I'm thankful for that. But I see in comms that many do. I've noticed I have some strange lag issues going on lately in the last couple of days, but.
Yeah, it's just been in the last couple of days. It's been kind of weird.
Yeah.
I have a hard time getting into targets. It's been kind of weird.
And let me ask you guys on the walls not appearing destroyed. Is that fully fixed, or are you guys still seeing like walls that are still looking alive that are dead?
Well, for my last base attack, I seen my walls disappear, so they were being destroyed. So it all looked good.
I just wasn't sure because no folks there in chat was saying that it seems like walls in his base were still didn't seem to be destroyed. So I didn't know if that was just him or if that was across the game. I know in the last couple times my base got hit, my wall went away along with the rest of my base. But
yeah.
Well, my base defense is so crappy right now. I'm in Sector 13, so if you guys want free medals, come in.
Yeah, as far as I know, my walls were fixed today. I don't know about yesterday.
So let's talk about the PvP refactor and more.
Oh boy.
I guess, in a nutshell, I mean, you guys are more than welcome to go to the forums and read the entire thing. But in a nutshell, you know, over the course of the next, 2 months, we're going to be getting basically all of the Tier 7 PvP shit is going to be thrown at us over the course of the month. And then after we get all the Tier 7 PvP stuff, then they're going to go about trying to balance PvP. That's kind of in a nutshell what I got. Is that what you guys got? The same thing?
Pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty much. They're trying to fill our toolbox that we already need for for what they were planning for this year. Anyhow, they haven't given us everything yet, and now they're going to give us everything right now. The next month, you know, raid and bounty, and hopefully that helps a little bit out. But yeah, then look at the big picture of it and try to get it right.
And I mean, and that's great. You know, I get, you know, they want to put everything out there that way they can really test the balance of it all together at one time and make the balance meaningful. I guess my big question is, why the hell didn't you do this, you know, 7 months ago? Well, you said, okay, we have our PvP plan for the year planned out. Well, why didn't you test it all against each other at that point? Then we wouldn't have been in the big mess that we're in now.
Well, like they said, they screwed up, so now they got to fix it. And now they're doing what they can right now. As I like they're saying, this is just a band-aid fix right now. They know it, but they're looking at the real fix for it.
I just wish we had more information about what that real fix is going to be.
Well, I think tomorrow on their show they're going to tell us a little bit more.
Right. I just wonder how much more that little bit more is. You know, if it's the actual outline details, or if it's going to be like, yeah, we're going to get into balance, and that's kind of it.
Yeah. Well, we'll find out, I guess.
All I'll say is this: whatever you decide you're going to do with PvP, please, 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 for the love of God, before you make it live, let it be tested. Because I don't want to go through a thing of everybody's all excited and PvP is going to be balanced, and then you release it live and it test it, and we're not in any better situation than what we are, potentially even worse. Test it, test it, test it. That's what I gotta say.
Right. I mean, it's been broken so long now. At this point, please test, because the community, they can't take any. They can't,
yeah, we can't take it no more.
After all the Tier 7s are released, it kind of gives them a new starting point, though, in my opinion.
Right.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, you know, the 20,000, 30,000, 40,000, however many damn people are playing this game, are going to have a much bigger brain pool and a much better way of breaking things than what the 5 people or however many it is that program the game can ever think of. You know, and that's why testing is so important, because we come up with such weird, off-the-wall shit that you guys would never even think of. And that's why testing is so important. Fun to find out new things on it. So please test it.
Well, you know, if there's anything wrong, Ross, it'll be first hit Ross. So
for sure, that's the truth.
But you know, part of the PvP balance that they're doing was some stuff we saw already about, you know, band-aid of changing the level cap or the level thing from 50 to 80.
Yeah, I'm still kind of not really liking that too much, but
you know, something Shane had said a long time ago, and we all kind of had talked about it, is like, I would rather see it limited by like OP level. You know,
yeah, that could be more so.
OP10 can only attack other OP10. OP9 can only attack either 9 or 10. 8 can only attack either 8, 9, or 10.
I mean, because when you got a level 57 or 60 that's got MC the onslaughts and stuff all built, Yeah.
Yeah, because I know other people that had talked about tech level, and I get where they're coming from, but that would just be so much work because you'd have to assign like tech values to everything in the game, and then
Oh yeah, that'd be very difficult to do that way. Yes.
mathematical equations to compare it all. But like if it's OP level, you only have to compare that one thing to that one thing. That's it.
Okay. Well, and if you got one tech that above all the rest at some raid or something, and you would put you in a higher level, then and the rest of your stuff would be crap. Yeah.
But also I'm looking at it. It's a temporary fix. They're not gonna keep it that way forever.
I love seeing in chat that they go, "Oh, it's game's broke. Game's broke." Well, what do you mean? You can't hit the base. It won't let me hit. I just laugh because that means you're just farming. He won't let you hit.
But think of how many people every Monday though went out and clubbed baby seals just to get their alliance points.
I still hit level 90s and above.
They're gonna have to like hit half grown seals at this point. They're not gonna know what to do.
There's enough docks around you can get your alliance point. That's what I see.
I've never found a base that had a repaired dock and everything else was flat.
Ever. Oh, really?
You haven't? Oh, you do
Oh,
now.
my gosh.
You do now.
Oh, yes, Vlad. There seriously is a lot.
Well, that's how it was supposed to have worked ever since they turned on auto repair docks, and I've never found one.
Well, let me ask this, though. How often do you go out and hit bases?
Well, I stopped hitting bases about 6 months ago. Before that, I got my alliance points every week.
Well, there you go. That's probably why you haven't seen them, really.
They've had auto repair docks for 2 years now.
Yeah, but they don't work.
They didn't work. They work now. It works now.
Yeah, right after I quit playing that fast in the game, they fix it. Woohoo!
Yeah, and you can actually, even the band bases, they repair it so you can run them out of metals.
Oh my God! Well, if that's all it takes from to fix shit, you need to quit playing PvE too.
If I thought it would fix the game, I would have my recycle party later tonight. I just don't think me recycling is actually going to help.
No,
I couldn't help it, Glad. You stepped out in front of the bus on that one, and I just ran straight over.
Trust me, there have been times that a recycle party has crossed my mind.
No, there's been once or twice I was ready to do a live one here during the show.
Yeah. Even I've been considering it.
I don't know. It'll definitely be interesting to see like what all these PvP changes they have coming up. There's something else I want to talk about. Oh, daily tasks. There's this whole big long thread going on about what they can do to fix daily tasks and make all that done. I'm going to give what my 2 cents worth, and then I'll hand it over to you guys and go down the line and see what you think. As far as daily chores like your titanium, your base parts, and your uranium and all that stuff, I have a real simple solution. Make expeditions what they should have been in the first place. You go out, you send your fleet out for a day, and it comes back and it gives you a whole warehouse full of whatever resource you go to. That's my solution. That's an easy, simple solution. And that's still going to take me more time. That my fleet is still going to be tied up for longer than if I had actually gone out and hit map targets to do it. But I'm willing to take that extra time on my fleet being able to be unused just to not have to mess with it and sit there and do hit targets for like an hour. That's my simple solution for competitive chores. Lad, what do you got? This should be fine.
I gave up on whatever they call those the stupid silo missions right after they came out because I would be like 3 days and I get 5,000 titanium or something. Like if you want that part of the game to succeed, you've actually got to make it worthwhile for people to send their fleet out in the first place. And maybe they fix that too, because I did it for a couple weeks and I'm like, this is pointless. You need 25,000 titanium to do anything. You need 200,000 titanium to start a Conqueror hull in the Huggy Lab, and I'm getting 8,000 titanium in 3 days. So I don't even participate in that part of the game. I can't be bothered to send fleets out for that little reward.
So, but yeah, we're not talking about just expeditions though. To make daily tasks easier, less time consuming, to make you enjoy other aspects of the game, what would be your recommendation?
Get rid of the titanium and uranium requirement entirely. It only exists as a revenue generator. Not have 50 million FMs. They say they're looking for player feedback and how to make the game less grindy. They know what the grind is. They're the ones that create. I literally I'm going to have to hit 335 111s to do my FM this week. They created that. They know that that's the issue. Even if you're hitting 121s, you're looking at 100 of them. Because what are they, 500,000 a piece? They're 600,000. It's 90 of them. They know what causes the grind. This is all just smoke and mirrors. This is let's placate the base while we cook up something else. And then whatever we cook up, we'll say, well, we listened to you. You listened to 3 people, all of whom were on Kick-Size payroll, who said, here's how you can increase coinage. So I got to be honest. I don't look at all of this as anything other than, window dressing.
And
they know what makes the game grindy.
This, folks, is why I call Vlad the cheery and optimistic one.
Yeah, there was no cheery and optimistic there.
Ross, what do you think?
Yeah, I would just. I currently don't have a problem with the repair that I'm getting, but I am sure I have a lot of issues with the amount of time it is required just to, stay full on those required, needed items, titanium, uranium. I like to roll for crew, so it's just unbelievable. I go through unbelievable amounts, like a slot machine. So I spend most of my game anymore filling up on these and not hitting bases. It just seems like.
So I guess the question is, how would you fix that so you didn't have to do that? But we know what the problem is. What's the solution?
For everybody's going to have different. I think for me, it's higher payouts, even if it's more damage, less time.
How about Blitz that actually works the way that Blitz was supposed to work when they introduced it to us? When we went out, we hit a target. If we could do it for 1 coin, we could just keep blitzing at 1 coin a piece instead of this silly artificial 5 coins a piece, which makes blitzing 5 times as expensive or however much as doing it normally. If I'm going to take 1 coin of damage, I wouldn't mind spending a couple of coins to avoid the grind. What I'm not going to do is I'm not going to spend 5 to 10 times what it takes my fleet to do it for the privilege of skipping the grind. I just won't do it at all. I won't participate in that part of the game.
No, I love that thought.
Didn't you just go though in your last tirade from talking about how these resources were nothing but revenue makers to telling them?
Well, be happy. Be happy. Here's the thing. I will say, pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. So if you're just piggy, you'll get fat. You'll get fat. When you're trying to be a hog is when players just say, you know what, fuck this noise. I'm not giving them the money. How about that? Pigs get fat and hogs get slaughtered. Don't be a hog.
Pigs get slaughtered too. That's where we get big.
No, but I kind of like that idea. For myself, that would probably be the best for me, because I would have to build the fleet to get that low of a coin or low of a damage to be rewarded for that ability of a, you wouldn't just get by paying. I'd have to build that fleet. I'd have to drive it that well to get that 1 coin of damage for me to blitz it. And I think that would be great because people would really working to get their repairs down. I can actively drive a target, even 5 targets, but I'm going to tell you, at 100 targets, I am on the phone clicking for automatic because I'm not into driving any target 100 times.
Exactly.
Dan, what do you got?
Well, I hit the targets. I get them. But I mean, if they would, give out more points for the targets, give out more. They want to bring out these hubs. Well, these dubs for us to go in and get our base parts and uranium now. Well, when we go do them, why not? It automatically fills you up. 1 hit.
Well,
that would be a real easy way to fix it. It's everything you get filled up, boom, 1 hit every time. That way you don't gotta go find 5 of them. Or
the big problem with that though is the big problem that we're having right now is you shouldn't have to have a whole separate different fleet to be able to hit the SSRBs.
No.
If I could fill up my entire warehouse with that particular thing, I might be more interested in building the proto whatevers. Right now, how many people who are not huge whales have even bothered?
Well, I got
the last I heard that Kix has actually come out and admitted the SSRBs are complete and utter failures.
Oh, they are. I mean, I got the prototypes, and I can do the dub on that side for. Dan, I'm working on a little bit less damage for doing them, but you bring another person in and with you that has a hunter fleet, and you can do them practically free.
I know. David Sutherland chat is saying fleet sniping needs to be fixed before any of this stuff. Dude, I hate to break to you, fleet sniping has always been a part of this game. It will always continue to be part of this game. You just have to learn to get out of your targets hot.
I don't know if it's always been a part of the game, but it certainly has always been part of the game since they released the very first Phantom fleet or Phantom flagship.
I've been playing since right after Blackwater, and even then, fleet sniping was going on. I mean, Ross, you've been playing for a long time. Probably, I think you might have even been playing a little bit longer than I have. The fleet sniping's been a thing since you can remember, right?
Oh my God, yeah, and there's there's a couple always in the game that they really thrive on it. And
hooded call.
and in all honesty, there's a couple players in the game that are really good at it. It sure is it's a painful way to play. I leave stuff everywhere. I really do. I get busy in my day, or even being an alliance leader, not like I have a life, but even in BP, and get distracted. Serious. But I get distracted, or somebody would shoot me a message, and I like to actually offer whatever suggestions I might have. And so I go to reply, and that means I had a fleet out. Well, and maybe 2 or 3 fleets out, and then it just takes one wrong move, and then bam, I have 3 dead fleets. And so it doesn't happen to me often, but when it does, it's pretty rough. And with the repair on, like, say, the Manticores and the Inferno Dragons, that's really rough. It really is. I've had that happen lately, not from an insector or anything, but from a couple other. Someone got upset with, told me I sniped them, and I tried to figure out what this was about. Well, I hit their Hyperion, and with my Hyperion, so they sunk my Inferno Dragons. Good on them, bad on me. But that was just such a repair. I couldn't believe it. I usually don't let them die, so.
Yeah, I try to tell them, hey, having your Hyperion hit is not sniping. All right.
Well, I mean, everybody's got different definitions of the game. They really do, or different opinions on what's what. So I guess, you know.
I guess bringing things around full circle a little bit though, back to the daily task. I think across the panel, what we're having to say though is increased payouts, whether it's in the individual targets, whether it's through expeditions, whether it's through all of them. That's what you have to do for the daily task. Is just increase the payouts for them. Make it worth it. You know, like I don't know how many times, dude, there's been like I wanted to go hit some titanium targets or something. And I look and I'm like, okay, well, I need 150,000 titanium to build this, this Conquer I want to build. I can't be asked to go out and hit freaking, like 6 or 8 of those titanium targets because they're so boring because we've been hitting for so long now. And I'm just like, so I just don't do it, So you have kind of, by giving such low payouts on those, you price me out of the market of being even bothered to go do it, So you cost yourself money by making me not have the motivation to go do it, and then therefore I don't have holes to go smash on people's bases, die or kill their bases, which would have generated you points. Back in the day, I remember when everything was about hitting salvages for regular res and hitting salvages to get VXP on your fleets, and everything else was hitting bases.
Yep. Absolutely.
So there you go. Just increase payouts across the board. There you go. That's how you worry with the daily task thing.
I think that's the easiest way to do it.
And let's be clear here. When we say increase payouts, we mean increase payouts relative to the cost of the resource that we're gathering. If you increase payouts and then jack up the prices, it's not really doing anybody any good. I kind of feel like in the raids, the reason that the prices have gotten so high is that somebody at Kickside said, well, the players will be happy as long as they get their 1 million points for a coin. So we'll make everything worth, cost 10 times as much. So that way they'll think they're getting a good deal at 1 million points a coin, but in actuality they're paying 10 coins where they used to only pay 1 to get a prize. We have figured that out, and we figured it out for stuff like the FM and for the TLCs and for the silo targets too. You have to actually show value. The people who are left are not falling for it.
I think more what's driven up prices as far as stuff in the raids is those people who get like 800 billion points when you get everything that you could even possibly want in the raid. You only need like 100 billion.
Yeah.
Well, we've gone back a long time. We've said that the leaderboard is a profit center. You don't have to jack up the points on the prizes to get people to go after, a billion points on the leaderboard because, they've got to show the size of their wallet and their manhood by where they reside on the global leaderboard.
Hey, there's nothing more important than the size of your e-penis.
Oh, gosh.
Are we on that comment? Are we done yet?
Oh, you can go whenever you want. I know you got to go cook dinner. You're wearing the dress tonight, apparently.
Yeah, it's my turn to wear the dress.
Well, there you go.
I have no reason to try to lie about it.
Go cook your dinner, lad.
Yeah, everybody, I have enjoyed being around, but it is 9 o'clock and it's my turn to prepare the household meal. So good night to my fellow panelists and good night to everybody in the audience. And y'all have just a wonderful time. And hopefully I'll be back again next Thursday.
Oh, that would be
well, and the creek don't rise. Actually, no, I lied. Will not be back next Thursday.
I was going to say that would have been a month straight, and that probably would have been
for those of you who have a life outside of Battle Pirates, the Detroit Woodward Dream Cruise for classic cars is happening next weekend, and I will be tied up Thursday evening, Friday, and Saturday out with my Classic Oldsmobile. So,
I thought you were going to be taking your Classic Yugo.
and well, if I had a Classic Yugo, I would. There's very few of those. Actually, you get a car like a Yugo, and everybody wants to see it because there aren't any.
Right.
The guy's got. I saw a guy had a Pinto, and he had a crowd 3 deep around it.
Could be worse.
There's no one was left.
You could have a Classic Car.
I don't think there was ever a Lacar that qualified as classic.
Right.
They didn't live long enough.
Good night, everybody. Have a great one.
Good
We'll talk to you soon.
Good night, Vlad.
All right. So I don't know. Was there anything else you guys want to talk about?
Well, I just hope that what they're doing with the PvP is gonna work. I mean, I'm really hoping bring back some fun, some good times again.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the important things as far as fixing PvP too is also fix PvE and reduce the damage that we take doing our PvE stuff. Because if I got a dock full of red, I'm not going to participate in PvP. So that if you want me to participate, you got to look at the other side of the game too.
Yeah, I mean, sure. I mean, they could knock down all of our repair times real easy on them. I don't care. It's just something they need to do.
Yeah, for me, PvP's kind of picked up in the last day or with World Chat. Kind of does for me a little bit. I enjoy that feature. So, but I'm finding bases are, I mean, what my issues with the game lately are not that I can't really make bases, or I think it's so lopsided. It's the inconsistency. Sometimes it's the many things that work sometimes, and then sometimes they just don't work, and it's just strange.
Yeah, you can go in one base one day and do absolutely walk it. You can go in the exact same base the next day, nothing's changed, and you get sanked in a minute.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yep.
Exactly.
And I mean, I know RNG is a big factor in the game, but it shouldn't be that big of a factor,
Right. I mean, and I just am not seeing. I kind of enjoy math to a point. I really do. And
why do you make me do all your BP math stuff?
Well, because it's more of a double check because I'm really not getting. I'm not seeing what the math is telling me. In all honesty, and it's happening more and more, and it's happening now for me with chain gun pass through. I'll just throw one. I mean, just one.
Oh yeah.
The math doesn't work. I mean, even if I try to figure out the accuracy and all that, I still am not getting 6 types of pass through at that 360. I mean, it's just not happening for me. But
and over damage is the same way. If you factor out the over damage in math and then look at what's actually happening in the game, that's not working correctly either.
Right. No. Right. But so I wish I just knew what is it at? What are those figures at? And are they will they be constant, or now I know they're going to do a whole readjustment. So I'm kind of just in limbo. I'm hanging out. I'm concerned about the release of the Tier 7 hull because I don't know. Let's be honest. I don't know the lifespan of the new releases. I'll be interested in having them because I like having all the new tech. That's just how I like to play. But I'm sure.
My understanding is that they're not going to so much make all the Tier 7 stuff obsolete as they're going to be readjusting everything and trying to have more of the balance. So it might not work exactly the way it did before, but it's not going to be like, oh, well, this thing's totally fucking worthless. Is my understanding from what I've got.
And I agree with that in a way. And I'm going to hang in there, and I'm going to get all, and I'll pick up everything there is just because And the chances that when they redo things, that maybe certain things are going to get better and certain things are going to get worse. That's just kind of how it's going to be. And
I agree.
I hope to have all the good things.
I know I myself, though, am really hesitant about putting any time into PvP builds at this point in time, not knowing exactly what's going to be happening. You know, because something that's going to be an amazing build today and 2 months might be the most horrible build on the face of the planet. So
we still have to refit all the time on PvP. It's a constant refit.
It depends on the level that you PvP at. You know, if you're a medium level PvPer, you can probably have the same fleet last a really long time because you're hitting other medium level players that don't change their shit every day.
No, I'm like Ross. I hit the big guys just to hit the big guys, and I try for the harder bases just because they're more of a challenge.
And I get that, but I'm just saying not everybody does it that way.
No, right, and I'm a goofball. I sometimes even refit for a base.
Yeah,
you know, and then I'm screwed for the other bases for a while myself. So but that's the part of the game I like, and it's fun.
Yeah, see, I'm redoing a fleet now that's supposed to be really good. So I'm, just got a little time here waiting before, work on it for bounty and use it in bounty to hit.
All right, well, I think we're going to wrap it up there. We should have a roundtable on Saturday. As far as I know, I don't have anything. If anything changes, I'll let you know. But to the best of my knowledge, that will be happening. And keep an eye out on the page. I might start doing the shows an hour earlier on Thursdays. I'm going to talk to the guys and see what they think about that. And we'll get back and let you know. But keep an eye out. Next week's show might be an hour earlier. But anyway, we'll talk to you soon. As always. All right. Give us a like, a thumbs up, and subscribe, and all that fun stuff. And we will talk to you next time. Bye.
Yeah, good night, all.